Today I'm showing you, in my opinion, the most important drum beats for any metal drummer to learn. So we're just starting out with a rock beat. Everybody knows this. It's the first drum beat that most drummers learn. So you're just doing hi-hats and eighth notes. And bass drums and snares and half notes. You can hear this in songs like Enter Sandman. And countless more. This is probably the most influential drum beat of all time. And it's just pretty cool. Alright, this next beat is a little harder. If you know the punk beat, this is basically it, but oftentimes you do it a lot faster. This is called a skank beat. You can hear it in a countless amount of Slayer songs. Dave Lombardo's the king of skank beats. So you're just doing the punk beat, so you're still doing eighth notes on any cymbal. But instead of doing half notes on the bass drums and snare, you do quarter notes. You can hear this. There are too many Slayer songs that include this to count. And just like death metal in general, there's so much like death metal and thrash metal. There's just so much of this. Alright, next up, I'm going to show you the breakdown beat. But this is not the only breakdown beat. Like, there's one that goes, or just like a halftime version. But this is the one you use with the ride and like the beginnings of breakdowns. You can hear this one in Hammer Smashed Face by Cannibal Corpse. So all you're doing here, once again, just eighth notes on mainly the ride. And you're just doing half notes on the bass drum and snare. Sped up. Yeah, you can hear this in a lot of death metal breakdowns and some metalcore and deathcore. Not too common in there though. It's just a fun, cool beat. So next up is a type of blast beat, but it's generally played slower than normal blast beat speed. I like to call it the 1-2 beat. By Mayhem. And Transylvanian Hunger by Darkthrone. Two great examples of black metal songs and uses of this beat. So what you're doing here is just quarter notes. Just quarter notes on all drums. Yeah, just quarter notes on all of the drums, just different placement. So always the bass drum and hi-hats are together. And in between, when you're hitting those, you put a snare. A lot of great metal songs feature this, and it's just a fun beat to play. And last but not least, probably every extreme metal drummer's favorite beat. I couldn't have completed this list without including a blast beat. You hear this in a countless amount of deathcore, metalcore, and death metal songs. Thrash a little bit, but it's not so common there. These generally include double bass. And when you do double bass at the speed you're blasting at, which just means that when you hit these notes and notes, the double bass is going at the same speed. That's called a hammer blast. But when you do it like with 16th notes, that's called a bomb blast. You hear bomb blast generally, mostly in deathcore, Cannibal Corpse style, that stuff. So all you're doing is just that. You're just hitting all of the notes at the same time to make kind of like a blasting with all of the drums except for double bass when you're doing a bomb blast. And yeah, it's just really cool. I don't think you can really be a death metal drummer without learning this, or at least doing this on a couple of songs. It's the drum beat I want to get most better at, and yeah, I think it's the coolest drum beat ever invented. And yeah, you have to learn this. Now, I'm going to play a little something with all 5 beats I just showed you.